Hello, my name is Arend van Kampen. To continue my lecture series on information theory and cybernetics, I'd like to continue today and explaining you something that a German physicist, Josef Gassner, said on one of his videos. He said that information deficit is by definition entropy. Entropy is the state of order or disorder in a living system. Now, I was quite happy about that because it confirmed the other equations that I explained in an earlier video about what is sustainable, what is unsustainable. I will repeat them. To arrive on continuity, sustainability, we would have to look at life, the Egyptian symbol Ankh, plus all relevant information, always within the limits of reality, which I call realiteit. And then always, of course, perceived by the perception, conscious perception of human beings. So the perception is the door to reality. Now this is a sustainable system, but what happens if entropy arrives? So it destabilizes the system. Then we can look at this equation, a flawed or false perception. Life minus information, so not all information is there, an information deficit. Beyond the limitations of reality, realiteit, will always end up in entropy. So his equation like this, lesser information by definition creates entropy or means entropy, is confirmed by this one. Also, of course, this is his perception, and this is always dependent on the person who perceives it. So now what we can do with this, of course, now we are sure that realiteit exists like a limitations of reality dependent on the information flow. We can go and see how we can steer or govern systems, living systems, from the perception of people and using information. Now to control and steer with information, the I, we can go follow the information stream, and as soon as it goes out or beyond realiteit, the limits of reality, we end up in entropy. So in order to govern anything we do, any system we create as man, for example, the relation to lockdowns is that lockdowns are entropic. They are not within the stabilized society. They're always depending on not all information. So the information deficit creates those lockdowns. Vaccinations, they are not really a control system because they're also based upon assumptions on experimental vaccinations that are now being used to control and steer the system, but of course that is beyond, again, the limits of reality because not all information is known. So what is it causing then? We're causing collateral damage by information deficit, human illnesses that we cannot know yet, but maybe they will develop on the long term. We are destructing social cohesion because now what we see in Israel, we see that people who are vaccinated are allowed things that non-vaccinated people are not allowed. That is creating a apartheid system. So it's going to be the group to be accepted and an unaccepted group. This is destroying social cohesion. Everything now, this whole line, this whole goal of unsustainable systems, entropy, are governed by a politics that do not understand these basic laws of physics. So when we understand those basic laws of physics, we can readjust course within those lines, within those boundaries of functionality, and then achieve what we want to achieve. The goal would be rehumanization, social cohesion, not hurting, harming life, not hurting, harming the environment. So I think it's quite important to understand that these equations, although they are not totally physical but also symbolic, can be used to readjust course and to maintain humanity as it should be, in line with nature, in line with the natural laws of physics. I hope this lecture gave you some insight on how we can adjust course. Thank you.